is up, recruits. Listen up, cause today I'm gonna learn you some Minecraft. Oh yeah. But yes, anyways, today I'm going to build, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, a lead balloon. Well, actually, a copper balloon. Last episode was spent collecting all of the resources, or at least some of which, that we need for this behemoth of a project. I've spent some time in a creative world trying to get some ideas out, playing around, doing my thing, and I've come up with a farm that should be suitable for the design that I want to build. So, no time to waste. Let's get to it. Okay, I really hope you guys enjoyed that quick little time lapse. It took me a good bit of time to build this thing up here, and as you see, I went ahead and built the drowning chamber because, as you know, the goal for this entire farm is to separate out all of the zombies, get them drowned, turn them into drowned, and collect all the sweet, sweet copper. So, the functioning farm is pretty much complete. We might make a few tweaks here and there, but now we have to move on to the aesthetics. We're going to work on the outside of the farm, the build itself. I also took a little time to condense all of our resources and place them here in our AFK spot. And since I've been AFK, I've gotten a total of 41 copper so far. So, pretty good haul for barely AFKing. Alright, now let's make some circles. Water is so underrated. It really is great for working on stuff like this. Ooh, pretty circle. Kind of. At least I was going for a circle. I say again, water is so underrated when you're building. Alright, that is one circle down. Well, two circles down, if you include the exterior circle, or oval, rather, I guess, ellipse, whatever you want to call it. But this is a very good start. We're on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it going. The skeleton of the build is complete, And if you don't know what it is still, then you should probably know. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, we're building a blimp. It's a yeah, pretty sizable blimp, but thus is the reason why the copper farm is shaped so oddly and we have the zombies coming out the back. I just wanted to make sure that the farm itself could fit inside of the blimp because I like to make my builds as aesthetically pleasing as possible. Please ignore the giant industrial stem farm. Yeah. But now that the skeleton is done, we can get to filling in the inner gubbins, the middles, yes. Finish up the exterior of the build. Let's get to it. The only limiting factor that I'm having currently that's preventing me from doing that, however, is unfortunately the copper. Yeah, the farm's not doing as efficiently as I hoped it would. I mean, it's still pretty good. It's still efficient as far as copper farms go, but yeah, we're not going to get as many copper blocks as we need for a while. I did AFK for about an hour, hour and a half longer, and as you can see, yeah, this is all we got, just over 3 stacks. But for comparison, and for the sake of fun, I decided to go on a little mining excursion for some copper to see which one is better, mining or this new farm. So I'm going to be mining for the next 2 hours, because like I said, I was AFK for 30 minutes and then an hour and a half. So I'm going to head on over to the 1.17 mine and get to it. And according to Minecraft Wiki, the best layers to find copper in would be layers 47 and 48 on the y-axis. That would be the height. So right here, right about here, if you see on the left side of the screen. Alright, time is up, and I don't know, it's looking pretty close, but I'm thinking the mines have won this race. And luckily, as soon as time ran up, I found this little tunnel right here leading up to this exit. Perfect timing. Alright, let's head on over back to the farm and tally up our results. Alright, I'm wearing the much better. Here we go. But first, yeah, I'm gonna have to clear out my inventory because it is very, very full, and this isn't even including what is in my ender chest. Alright, I've sorted through all the supplies, got rid of all the random stone and minerals and whatnot, and placed them in these here shulker boxes. Now on the left, we have our copper ore, as you see, and immediately I can already tell mining has definitely won. Not only did we get all of this copper, which is probably going to equate to about double the amount of copper that we got from AFKing for a couple hours at the farm, but we also got all of this. Yeah, all of this. Yeah, that's right. I still mine coal. And we got a bunch of axolotls, like a bunch of them, and some dripstone blocks. A very, very good haul for 2 hours worth of mining, I would say. I'm kind of astounded on how much stuff that I got, especially the coal. Look how much coal that I got. Mainly, I just acquire coal in case I ever want to build with coal. I really don't have any use for it. I just have a collection going on. And I would like to one day fill all of these chests up with their respective items. Yes, as you see, I already got a bunch of coal here. And I hope to fill it all the way up to the third chest right here. After that, I probably won't care as much about coal. But yes, let's see just how much
copper
ingots I got from this here
copper.
Or let the replay begin. Wowee, oh wow. Nearly 11 stacks of copper. And of course, these will equate to the same amount of copper ingots. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So yeah, to say the least, mining is more efficient than the farm. I will say, however, that the test wasn't totally fair, leaning in the mining or caving's favor, mainly because as I was AFKing for those 2 hours, I did not have this mechanism right here. All I added was a simple mechanism to separate the copper from everything else. Copper goes into here, and everything else gets pooped out the back through this dropper right here. The reason why I did that was because, yeah, in just 2 hours of AFKing, this thing filled up rather quickly. I'm not sure exactly when in the 2 hours it filled up. I'm assuming towards the end. But yeah, it filled up, so we didn't get quite as much copper out of it as we should have, but we definitely got plenty more from mining and caving. As you can see, even if we got a few more, we have more than triple the amount that we got from the farm from caving and mining. But there's one big drawback that comes with caving, and that is you can't AFK while caving. Nope, can't do it. Here I can AFK. So there will be many nights spent whacking at drowned, trying to get copper with the macro. And with that said, I'd call this copper farm a success. Yeah. On that note, there's phantoms chasing after me. Let's not die. And I died. That's just awesome, and all my stuff just went flying into the, what the heck? No! That phantom just slayed me again. Why? I slept. What? Oh my gosh, I'm lucky I have a ton of elytra. This is, if I lose all that copper, I'm gonna be so ticked off. Just saying. Oh, this is such... I'm mad. Everything's just sprawled out. No, I'm probably gonna lose stuff. This is bad. Oh, I'm getting most of my stuff back, but not everything. Where is it all? I'm missing my pickaxe. I'm missing my gem generator. Where is it? Dang it. No. I already lost the sword earlier when a creeper blew me up. I don't need this. Please, give me my pickaxe back. And the worst part about these situations is that you never know when it despawns. I found it! Yes! Haha! I got everything back. Thank you. Oh, that was terrifying. Alright, I believe I got everything important back at least. All of my tools, my weapons, my gear, all the copper, the wings, my black box. Perfect. Okay, we're good. Now, I'm going to go toss these in the smelter, and hopefully that'll be enough to get along with my plans. But probably not, knowing my luck. And this should equate to just over a stack. Not too shabby, but not nearly the amount that we need, unfortunately. Alright, back to the mines, I guess? And of course, I get distracted, this time in the form of the axolotl variety. Yeah, I went ahead and named the axolotls. If you don't know, you can name them in an anvil just like any other item instead of just name tagging the actual animal, mob, species when it's actually spawned. Much easier that way. You just gotta sacrifice a level instead of a name tag. But yes, I just named them. Here we have Axel. Yes, clever, I know. Alan, Aaron, Abraham, and Alan with an A. Yes, I like this guy. He's got a nice jib to him. I like his moxie. Now the only question is, where should I place these guys? I was thinking about placing them in the amethyst geode that we just created last episode. My only concern with that would be they might get in the way as I'm trying to mine the crystals, but let's see. Worst case scenario, I take them out and I put them somewhere else when I need crystals again. Alright guys, welcome to your new home. At least for now, maybe, unless you get annoying when I'm trying to get these beautiful, beautiful crystals. Alright. Hello, Alan with an A. Oh, no, not what I meant to do. Hello, Axel. What it do, Abraham? How's it going, Aaron? And last but not least, Alan with an E. Hello, friends. I don't think they'll get annoying. They seem to be well spaced out, and they're not necessarily close to me. I will have to watch out for them. I don't want to hit them, but they look so beautiful in their natural habitat. No, you don't want to go down there, buddy. No, no, no. Actually, I think I probably want to get rid of these in case they get on them. I don't want them flopping out into here, because if they do flop out into here, then that'll be 5 minutes and they're dead due to suffocation. Fun fact, axolotls are the only aquatic mob to survive on land during rain. Wow.
Wow.
Watch me be wrong. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Regardless, these guys look beautiful in their natural habitat, swimming around the crystals, all colorful. Oh, I love it. See you guys. Wouldn't want to be you guys. Honestly, I don't even need these signs here now that I have the doors. I can honestly just get rid of these. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Beautiful. Anywho, back to business. Copper collection. Commence. Yeah. Regarding my earlier statement when I said that the copper farm was much less efficient than mining, yeah, that's not necessarily true. It's much less efficient than caving, but not so much strip mining. I've been strip mining this past about 20 minutes, and I've only found about 2 clusters of copper ores. Yeah, not great, not great. And they were small clusters at that. So, in conclusion, as it stands, caving, if you're lucky, comes in first place. In second place is the AFK copper farm, which is a much more steady supply of copper. And then in third place is strip mining, which is just doo-doo. Yeah, I'm not getting any copper, unfortunately. So, keeping in mind that I got pretty lucky finding a giant expansive cave system connected to a mine shaft, which led to me getting all of those resources, all of that copper, all of that coal, all that iron, everything. I'd say the farm is a success, mainly because, like I said, it's a much more stable supply of copper. All that being said, I just found another mine shaft, and hopefully this is another expansive one. So let's see how this pans out.
Game over.
Another mining session down, and this one was a little bit more successful. I got the hiccups. As you can see, I got nearly 4 stacks of copper ore. So let's break these bad boys apart and see how much of that good old raw copper we get. It feels good to be putting all of this raw copper into the super smelter. Hopefully this will be enough to finally finish our blimp. Yeah. Alright, I spent an entire night AFK here at the copper farm. What? Whoa. How did that happen? A creeper got in there. Okay, I need to figure out how that happened, but yeah, he spent an entire night AFK here, and that's how much copper we got. This was all from earlier. Not a bad haul. 9 stacks. That's an entire stack of copper block right there, and then a little bit more. So not tremendous, not terrible. It's okay. Listen. It's not the most efficient farm, but it's my farm, and I love it nonetheless. So just back off. No, but honestly, it was an absolute pleasure just sorting this thing out in creative mode, getting the idea down, getting all the resources, getting this thing put together. It was an absolute blast, and we're still not done. We still need to do the exterior, the actual aestheticism, the beauty around the farm. Nine stacks of copper blocks. That's what we have. And it'll just have to do to build the exterior of this beautiful blimp here. Now, it won't only be copper. No, of course not. And 9 stacks won't fill this entire area. To fill in the rest of the area, we're going to be using prismarine. Now, of course, the copper is orange. I could space out all the copper on the ground beforehand, you know, in a big field, wait a little while, wait for it to turn teal or green or blue or whatever you want to call it, but nah, that takes too long, and honestly, I'd like to see the transition from the orange and teal blimp to the teal and teal blimp. Here are our supplies, so let's get to it. I lost everything. That's right, everything. So yeah, here's what happened. Basically, using my rockets, came flying in through here like a bat out of hell. Excuse me, Mr. Skeleton. And yeah, I went the wrong way. Instead of going this way, I flew up and of course into there. And there was about 5 dozen creepers in there who all blew up simultaneously. Well, I guess not simultaneously, because if they did blow up simultaneously, then I wouldn't have lost all my stuff. No, there was a chain reaction that occurred. Yes, so I lost a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. But as you can see by my hotbar here, I got it all back. Yeah, awesome. Thank you to past me for building the cathedral and all of the villager trades. Makes getting my stuff back so much more useful. Now the netherite, that's a whole different story. That I just grinded myself a while back, and unfortunately I had to use up the last bit of my netherite. So if I lose this, we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and go mining. But on a much better note, you saw it. Look at the place. You saw the beautiful time lapse. The place is done, pretty much, kinda. There's just torch spam everywhere, and the interior could use a little bit of loving. But I just wanted to express to you my grief from losing absolutely everything. And then getting everything back in about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, less than. Yeah. It's done! The exterior, it's done. It's done! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Finally, my lead balloon, or copper blimp, rather, is complete. Now, let me take this opportunity to run you through it. As far as the exterior goes, you see all the materials here. We got some deep slate, some cyan terracotta, prismarine, copper, and of course, this copper isn't yet weathered. That will happen soon. Hopefully, that will look like that here soon. But yes, plenty of copper, lots, so much copper. So much copper. Oh my god, I'm gonna run out of rackets. And some tinted glass at the front. Now, the sea lanterns and lichen on the sides here was not part of my original plan, but of course, we need some sort of mob proofing to keep the farm on the inside as efficient as possible, so that is why I got all of the sea lanterns. Oh, and yeah, if you're wondering where I got the lichen from, back in Spawnville, I built this cute little hole in the hill right here. I've been wanting something on this mountain face for a while, just something small to break apart this big flat piece of stone. And so yeah, I placed this here. It looks cute, looks nice. It was just a quick little project that I did in, like 15 minutes or something. But if we step on inside, yes, the Lichen Farm. Nothing too complex. As you see here, bone meal goes in all these chests, feeds into the dispenser. There is a piston pushing an observer into another observer back there to create a clock. Grab some shears here and go to town. Hopper picks up all the lichen, stand a little closer to pick up the extras that get on the side here, and ends up in here. Super simple, pretty efficient, highly recommend it, all you need. But back at the lead balloon, yes, let's take note. First off, I want to comment on the fins here. Now, I think that really just made this entire blimp. Like, that just made it look so much better. Beforehand, this was looking kind of derpy, kind of weird, just a big blob floating through the sky. But the fins, I don't know what these are actually called. I assume they're just called fins, but they're looking pretty cool, and I think they'll look even cooler once these are all weathered. I also really like these little dangly bits, all the chains and whatnot. I don't really know what these are. I don't know why I made them. I just pictured like this kind of dystopian blimp with like things hanging off of it and futuristic alien technology all interpreted in this blimp. I don't know. These are like ropes hanging and they're kind of being pulled as the blimp moves forward. Yeah. That's the gist that I was going for. And as far as the build itself, this was actually really tedious, just trying to fill in everything. Getting the skeleton itself was not too terribly hard just because I used Minecraft Sphere Generator, made things a lot easier. And of course, I had to build in creative to kind of get the idea out, and I was referencing it as I was building it. Also, these things on the top here, all these like antennas, that's what they are. I was trying to go for the antenna vibe, get some more light in here. It might look a little spammy, but I just wanted to get as much light on this thing as possible to avoid mob spawning. And I didn't want sea lanterns absolutely everywhere on here. I wanted to preserve the integrity of the prismarine and copper, so that's why I try to hide them here and here like that. Now, moving on to the interior of the blimp, I'll explain the actual farm itself as well as the interior design. Now, the entrance to the farm itself is cleverly placed here, might I add, in this here fin. Pretty simple, water stream going up. I originally had a ladder, but I thought, hey, this is supposed to be like a futuristic alien technology blimp, so why not get rid of the ladders, put in tractor beams. Yeah, that's what these are. They're tractor beams, not water, tractor beams. Just go with it, okay? Just go with it. So, as you see, this is my fine dandy little AFK spot, a lot different than you last saw it. I went ahead and expanded it, got rid of the little box, made this entire section of this place the AFK space. So I stand here and kill the drown. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let me explain the mob farm itself. Ooh, plenty coming through. Now I'm going to head up to the second floor where the viewing platform is. We have nice little science lab, research area, whatnot. Now, this is the spawn platforms, right? Of course, the farm runs on redstone-powered trapdoors here with water behind them, as the redstone powers those blocks back here, this little line of blocks. These trapdoors get powered on and off, which sends them up and down, letting the water run through here into these holes. Now, there's two platforms on the top. and then one platform on the bottom. The reason why it's like this is just to funnel all of the mobs down to the bottom in one spot so I could build it in this here balloon. Now, if you're building your own farm, I would highly recommend not building it like this. It takes a hit on efficiency. I'll build up like a big square box rectangle, you know, in the sky. That would be a lot more efficient. But I wanted it in a blimp, so we have a blimp. There you go. As you see behind me, we have the control panels and monitor to fly the blimp and monitor any radar signals nearby or oncoming ships, enemy planets, you know, sciencey space, alien stuff. See? Okay, hold on. Getting a little ahead of myself. The mob farm itself, yes. As the trapdoors are up, there is no water on the spawn floors themselves, so mobs are free to spawn. When trapdoors go down, water flushes all of the mobs into this here channel. This right here is the sorting chamber. There's one main difference between all of the mobs in Minecraft. You know what that is? Living or dead? Yes, there are living mobs and undead mobs. The undead mobs are the skeletons and the zombies. The living mobs include witches, creepers, spiders, and chicken jockeys, even if they are zombies, because the chickens, yeah, they float, so can't do nothing about that. So this here sorting chamber sorts out all of the living versus the undead mobs. All of the living mobs, creepers, spiders, witches, and chicken jockeys, of course, get dropped down into this here spot. They fall through that water there. The only reason why I have the water there is just because I wanted something to look like a floor, like the floor of this little, what is usually the control room of a blimp, I think. I'm not an expert on blimp architecture or engineering or whatever. I don't know. But yes, all of the living mobs fall down there, and I will eventually build a collection area down there, but that's for another episode. I don't have any immediate desires for bone meal and string and whatnot, all of the drops from the living mobs, so we'll leave that for another episode. But I do, ow, yeah, this is dangerous standing here, but I do have some mountainous plans. But yes, for the sorting chamber, living mobs fall down, undead mobs, as you see, get sorted, because living mobs float, undead mobs sink. That's how you sort them. Easy peasy, pretty simple, right? Right. All of the living mobs float off the side, and all of the undead mobs sink down into that chamber there. Once they are in said chamber, the only problem there is to separate the skeletons from the zombies, and that's what this area is for. Now, there is one difference between skeletons and zombies, and that would be height. Skeletons are taller. So we can take this differentiation between the skeletons and the zombies and use it to our advantage. As you see here, zombies can fit through an assortment of a combination of blocks, and the skeletons cannot. Zombies can fit through, as you see, a chain and a campfire, and skeletons can't, because like I said, they're slightly taller. This also works for amethyst clusters as well, but the only problem with that is that if you have the amethyst cluster instead of the campfire, amethyst clusters have a bit of space on the side here, and that allows the skeletons to group up and stay there instead of falling to their demise down here. Since the campfire fills the entire bottom part of the block, that's what we want. Once the zombies push each other along through this area, as you see, some get stuck, but that's okay. Can't really work my way around that, at least not to my knowledge. Soul Sand sends them up. The zombies go through this channel, up through this soul sand, and into the drowning chamber. Now, the reason why the drowning chamber is not in here is because this is far enough away from the AFK spot to where zombies were despawning. We do not want that. It takes a while for these zombies to drown, and so a lot of them were despawning in the drowning chamber. So we want it up here as close to the AFK spot as possible. The AFK chamber consists of cobwebs, signs, walls, and magma blocks. The reason for this is we want the water to be on the same level as the zombies' heads to, of course, drown them. We have the signs to block the water from destroying all of the cobwebs. And the reason for the cobwebs is to, as you see, they slow the zombies down tremendously, which gives us enough time to drown them. The walls are there specifically because walls are actually higher than blocks themselves. So as the zombies stand on the walls, you see they're a little higher. They're not even standing on the walls themselves because the hitbox for the walls are pretty high. But that just keeps their heads in the water at all times. And the magma blocks underneath are simply because sometimes baby zombies fall in between these wall blocks and get stuck. But of course, with the magma blocks there, they'll just die and continue allowing more zombies to spawn instead of filling the mob caps. Now, this little bit of redstone right here is just for the on-off switch, which I destroyed recently and never put back. Let me fix that. Alright, that is all fixed now. We have our power supply installed right here, or power switch rather, not the power supply. Conveniently placed right next to our AFK spot. Just come up here, flip it on. Didn't account for that. Whatever. It's okay. That's okay. I'll just have to flip those on and off every single time. But yeah, we just had to feed the redstone up through there. A couple blocks, no big deal. But yes, once the zombies all go through the drowning chamber, we can hop on up here, grab our looting 3 sword, and take a whack. Ah, so satisfying. So satisfying. And I highly recommend using chains for this purpose, just because there's room below them and above them, which allows the XP to get through it really easily, and of course not the zombies. So highly recommend that. Just a nice, easy little feature. You can walk up from the front and open these here chests, grab some copper from the front side instead of going through the maintenance hatch. Oh, and I almost forgot. I did another thing. Yeah, I wanted to compare the rates between the copper farm that I have over there and a copper farm made out of a spawner. So I went ahead and built this thing here. All it really is zombie spawn there, gets sent under a stream goes around, goes on up, and then they drop 17 blocks through water, then through this cobweb right here. That just ensures that they are fully drowned once they reach the bottom here. And of course, all of their items get picked up by a hopper underneath the carpet, sent down here. Random items get thrown away into a cactus unless I flip on this switch, and all the copper ends up here. Now, while my farm over there in the lead balloon is more efficient, it's only by a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately. Like I said, if you're gonna build a copper farm and you don't really care how it's shaped, you're not planning on putting it in a lead balloon, then yeah, go ahead and build a very large one, very large mob farm, and go ahead and add that sorter at the bottom. That'll do you just fine. But yes, as you see, the drowning process has begun, and then once they get through the cobweb, here in a second, they will turn into drowned and allow me to take a whack. Easy peasy. Super simple. I would highly recommend building this for your own single-player world if you have a need for copper and you don't need that much. Alright now, time is up. It is pretty loud in here. Let us check how much copper we got. Wow. 29 copper ingots in just a half hour. That's pretty efficient. While we got 34 copper ingots from this copper farm in 30 minutes. That means the spawner produces about 59 copper ingots per hour, and the lead balloon produces about 68 copper ingots per hour. See, fortunately, I can use both at the same time by opening a land game and using my spectator account to AFK at one of the copper farms as well. So, that'll double the rates. Plenty of copper. I think we are A-okay here. And that, my fine fellow friends, is the lead balloon in a nutshell. I hope you've enjoyed this. It has taken me a lot of time. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of hard work, a lotta, but I hope you like it. Oh yes. Small detail, but rather important. This is the maintenance closet. You just hop on down here, all of the copper gets placed into these chests here. This is the basic item sorter, sort out all the copper, and all of the zombie flesh and random items get pooped out the back. Yes, I have any desire for all that stuff. I might end up collecting the rotten flesh and set up some sort of cleric trading hall down there on the ground floor just for fun. I don't really need it. You know, I have the cathedral with all the paper, so I don't need emeralds that much, but I just thought it'd be cool to, you know, use every part of the bison, as the natives would say, or every part of the zombie for this scenario. Don't judge me. But, as I said, now that's it. Now that's the entire copper blimp in a nutshell, and I hope you enjoyed it. In the next episode, we will cover the collection system downstairs, and as I said, I got some mountainous plans for that. Yeah, I'm gonna build a mountain of some sort. So, stay tuned for that. Until then, keep learning. Oh yeah. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.